Hi everybody, Radical Gardener. And as you can see, I have a very different setup today, and I thought, why am I not using my garden as a backdrop when I'm making these YouTube videos? I mean, you're going to see birds and squirrels and monarchs flying past me, and I think, maybe that makes for better viewing than an orange room or my lime green kitchen. And you can hear the different birds, can't you? If I could, I wish I had a video from when we first moved in here 4 years ago. You couldn't hear, there was not one bird, not one bird. And I've told you this before. I kept going up to the local bird store and saying, are you sure there's birds in Berkeley? Because I had just moved from Harson's Island, which is the largest freshwater delta in the world. And so, I mean, there were so many birds and animals and critters. And so when I moved here, I thought, oh my God, there's no birds, right? And of course, the Midwest has got so many different kinds of birds. But, and she said, no, they'll show up. They'll show up. I'm looking at Sammy, our resident chipmunk, and he's got a little highway that hi Sammy, that he goes along to avoid the cat or anything else might be messing with him. So anyways, I just, today is Friday. I think it's August 2nd, and it's another beautiful day. But let me talk to you a little bit about the weather. Our temperature at night is much cooler than it should be for August, and it went down to 59 degrees last night. Now, I've already seen signs that the fall is going to come quickly, and actually it feels like the fall today. It's got a little bit of coolness in the air, and I think fall is going to come roaring in, and then winter. So just be, forewarned, live in the moment, but just know that you may have a much shorter growing season than you think that you're going to have. I know I'm really playing with timing here. I mean, I'll get my zucchini. I hope I'll also get my squash, which are going to take a little longer to grow. I need 4 more weeks of, pretty good weather. Tomatoes, who knows? I mean, the tomatoes has just been a living hell. I've always been able to grow tomatoes, but this year has just been really crazy. I think that we're going to need greenhouses to grow tomatoes, and that's where I will grow them next year. Is as I will be growing them in the greenhouse. But it's just been too hard. It took too long to get them out. Side where it was warm enough, and then we finally got the warm nights, the warm days and the warm nights, but it just isn't lasting very long. So again, we're going to have to grow accordingly to what the weather's dictating. I mean, you could fight it if you want to, but me personally, I'm doing this so I have food to eat, and so I'm going to try and grow what isn't going to be a constant battle. I don't know if that's really worth it, but some people think it is. All right, so there's so many things I want to talk about. I just saw a growing technique that blew me away, but I don't think I'm going to share it on this video. I think I want to share it on the next one. And I did also clean up the side of the house. I need to clean up some more chamomile. I mean, I must have. Where's that chamomile? Do I have it around here somewhere? Well, anyway, I mean, I cut back, I mean, a huge bunch of chamomile that I had growing alongside of the driveway, and so of Peter's driveway, my neighbor. So, anyways, I did about a third of it, but I also I TP'd, with my bamboo things. I TP'd the hops because I don't think we're going to get any kind of grate or what have you for the hops to climb anytime this year. But they can climb is that a squirrel or Sammy? That's a squirrel. They can climb those teepees and it'll look really cool. So I guess that's the way I'm going to do it over there. But man, it was really kind of a mess. But I think I've got it all straightened out now, and I think I know what I'm going to do from now on. Do you see? Is that Sammy down on the ground there, like right there? Okay. I think that's him. He likes the peanuts we put out, or it's a squirrel, whatever. We put the peanuts out because it just, at least they don't get into our stuff. Okay, if you can't beat them. All right, so what do I want to talk about? Well, today I want to talk about websites or YouTube channels or Facebook pages that I love, okay? So let me start with the first one. The first one is called Hillbilly Prepping. He's got a YouTube channel. It's not a very busy one. Where he's the busiest and a lot of people joined up is on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, I highly recommend that you go to Dan's page and you join up, called Hillbilly Prepping. It's a great page. It's a very friendly page. And there's so much stuff on there, from possum stew to pickup trucks to, there's so much information there, and the people are funny and have humor. It's just a wonderful, wonderful Facebook page, so I highly recommend it for those of you who are on Facebook. Of course, then we have who everybody probably knows. I think they've got like 500,000 followers, but we have Doug and Stacy Off Grid. Of all the different, there's so many different. There's Roots and Refuge, and there's a lot of different, homesteading channels, but nobody does it better than Doug and Stacy. And Stacy is so passionate about that lifestyle. And she, I can really relate to her, the way that she, really connects with food that she grows and cooks, and she's always in gratitude of being connected to it. I watched one episode where she was in tears. That is me. That's exactly how I am when I'm picking food or eating food from the garden. I am so blown away that I'm a part of that process, and that I'm so lucky to be able to live this life. And every day I get to live it a little more fully, because I keep altering other parts of my life and simplifying my life so that I can be in this garden as much as possible. I just never ever take it for granted. So I really relate to them, and they just do everything right. Just where they put their garden. Just all of it. So that they're a couple of my favorites. This is a new one for me. I'm binge watching her. I never binge watch anybody, but I am, and this is a cryptocurrency site, and her name is Samantha Jane. And I will put links to this, not for like another hour or so. I'll load up my YouTube video, but then I won't be able to get into the house and actually give you all of the links to these. But if you want to look at them beforehand, you can just do a search for them. Samantha Jane is a cryptocurrency gal, but she's also a psychic medium. And, before you roll your eyes, of course, you probably don't if you're watching my channel. You know that I hang out in the woo-woo a little bit. And I'm also an intuitive. I don't ever talk about it or ever really, use it on my gardening channel, but I always get very strong feelings about things that I'm almost never wrong. And so I can really relate to her. She's really down to earth. And this is a gift that she's had her entire life, but she's never used it, and she's kind of gotten her marching orders to use it for cryptocurrency to help people, because people will be struggling financially. And as my friend Craig says, and I'm going to talk about his channel, he says that cryptocurrency is really a peaceful revolution. I really loved how he put that. But anyways, she's also always has, every week she has on Mooant, Mooant, who's very well known in the crypto world, and they do a live stream, and they're just terrific together. So, if you're looking at cryptocurrency, I highly recommend her. She timestamps everything, so it really, again, it's just another way of just tracking how legitimate she is. Okay, well, we probably all love this guy, and this is Mr. Is it Mr. MBB333? I never know if it's Mr. MBM333. I get such a kick out of him. Joe and I do impersonations of him all the time. This is what he's a watcher. He watches the skies. He watches the weather. So he's just this guy that has always just paid attention to what's going on around him. But some stuff is so funny. Like he's always going, "Look at these clouds, everybody," and he always says this. And Joe and I do this a lot. He'll go, "I've never seen anything like it." And Joe and I are, whenever we see something, we go, "I've never seen anything like it." Anyway, I love the guy, but he's great because he kind of covers a lot of different things. I mean, he has a great one today where they're like mass lights that are flying in the direction of Yellowstone. You ought to see that video. It's pretty compelling. But anyways, he tracks hurricanes and tornadoes and weather anomalies and different cloud formations, what have you. So I love him. I just get a kick out of him. He's another one that's just a good guy. For anything political, I love this woman. She's an investigative. I'm going to call her an investigative reporter because she is so thorough, and her name is The Amazing Polly. I've just discovered her. I've watched all different kinds of people that cover politics, a conservative, liberal. I usually end up on the side a little bit of the conservative because, as you know, that's where the rational thinking seems to be. And, but Amazing Polly she digs in really deep, and she finds things that nobody else does. She brings a lot of things to the table that no one's talking about. So and her channel is just growing by the day. So people are quickly finding her. Lionel Nation. I mean, come on, the guy. I mean, I don't agree with him on a lot of things, but he is so smart and he has such a command of the language that, and I don't like his live streams, but I love his little short bits when he does like little 6-minute to 14-minute kind of like little vignettes where he talks about a subject, and he can be, it's fall down funny, and it's really intelligent. So he's somebody that I really, really love. And Sticks and Hammer. Sticks and Hammer is so intelligent. Again, don't agree with him on everything, but oh my gosh, that guy's thinking, the fluidity of thought that he has a handle on. I am so envious, because I always get stuck in my thoughts or don't know where the next thought is coming from, and he's just, boy, he is well informed. So it's just up to you whether you agree with him or not. But I'm going to tell you what, if you want to have a debate with that guy, you better have your facts straight, because he is really, really smart. I like him a lot. Dutch Sense. He's earthquake. He predicts earthquakes. He's very controversial because he deals with the mechanics of how earthquakes work, and I think that he's kind of a genius of how he's come up with this way of calling earthquakes. And and then we also have the people that come from the electrical universe, like a lot of the weather people, like Suspicious Observers and and GSM and all of those people. It's an electrical universe, and they're right. What I say is that if you can combine the knowledge of the electrical universe folks who talk about how the sun and cosmic ray and what have you affect Earth, and earthquake activity and combine it with what Dutch Sense does, which is the mechanics of the earthquakes, the mechanical, and you put those two together, you'd really be coming up with some very accurate earthquake predictions. But I like him so much because, I mean, he's a little bit nutty, let's face it. But this guy, it's put his heart and soul into this, and he gets beat up a lot by a lot of other YouTubers, which shame on them, what makes them think that they're so right and he's so wrong. And, I don't know, I can't stand that, but whatever. But I like him a lot. SG Report is another one that, is it's a conservative political site, and he's just an honest guy. And again, I like it. He's to the point. It's not about his personality. It's just about information, and I like how he gets it out there. Another one that I like, he just has a show on Fridays, is Greg Hunter. And I don't know, there's just something about the guy that he's just got a delivery that we really like. I mean, he goes off on financial stuff every single Friday, and about 15 minutes of it, and none of it ever seems to come true. But I really like when he's covering the political stuff, and I just find him to be a real honest guy. And he used to work for CNN and for mainstream media, so it's cool to see him in the alternative media world. Finally, I've got two more here. Is Radiant Creators. They interview the most interesting people. I love Aaron and Craig. I've become good friends with them. Well, as good a friends as you can become if you haven't met somebody in person. But, we're always going back and forth with each other. He interviewed me. I was really honored to be interviewed by him. They're just great people, and man, do they find interesting people to interview, and it's just across the board. So please support them. They don't really go out and really push their channel. They're just doing this because they feel it helps to raise consciousness, and you gotta love people that's their motivation. I have one more here. It's an Australian gardening channel, and it's called Self Sufficient Me. That guy knows how to garden. So I like it because his stuff, he's in Australia, so he's got all kinds of critters and stuff, and extreme weather, but he grows in raised beds and containers, and he really knows his stuff, and boy, is he likable. So you probably know about a whole bunch of these. I mean, these aren't well-kept secrets, but I just wanted to share who I really like, and it just makes my life more interesting by being able to tune into them and just get information that I may not have time to gather on my on my own. So anyways, hopefully that helps and it's informative and you enjoy some of those channels if you are not already doing that. So I will close it here. Radical Gardener, from my garden to yours. May your garden always grow. I'm sending you a whole bunch of love, a ton of it as a matter of fact. And I'll be back, okay? All right, I'll be back. Okay, see you later. Bye.